Surrey County Council says, in response to my first question, we are currently going through a data collection exercise in terms of school travel demand. There is already some data available that Surrey County Council should consider. Reigate and Banstead Borough Council accept that parents drive to the current location of the school. The council offers free of charge 96 drop-off and pick-up places in Bell Street and Bancroft Road car park. Many parents and carers also use Morrison's car park at pick-up and drop-off, and we couldn't possibly tell you the number who use that. Surrey County Council has already mentioned that they're thinking about a walking bus from Bell Street car park to the proposed Woodhatch site. Considering many cars which arrive at Bell Street car park in the morning contain siblings, you could potentially be looking at 200 children plus on this walking bus. To set up a walking bus, there would be endless matters to consider around accountability, responsibility, daily management, funding of the walking bus, safeguarding. These are just a few which came to my mind immediately, but there will be many, many other factors to consider if the council were to consider a walking bus. So my question to the council is, I would like to know whether you have any experience or examples that you can provide of where you have already successfully implemented a walking bus for more than 200 children, because it would be good to have experience if this is something you are seriously considering as a viable alternative to getting children to school safely. Thank you.
Firstly, our first public consultation was designed to ensure that everyone was aware of the key planning policies that we need to consider. However, we are currently going through a data collection exercise in terms of school travel demand, local traffic conditions and highway safety, which are informing further discussions with the Highways Authority regarding the interpretation of local planning standards and associated on-site parking provision. We're currently gathering data and conducting catchment analysis to establish the changing mode share and travel patterns, and we will use this data to identify opportunities to minimise the number of car trips. It's my understanding, and perhaps my officer colleagues could correct me if I'm wrong, that any walking bus would come under the school's travel plan. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Thank you. Therefore, that would be something that would be, the travel plans are compiled by the schools themselves, and then they come to our planning department to be signed off, along with our highways colleagues. So that would be part of the school's travel plan. So it may be something that you would want to consider picking up with the current head to see what his thoughts are on that.
Presumably then it would be the school that would be asked to fund this, be accountable for it, be responsible for it, to manage it, to staff it, to safeguard it.
I can't speak on the funding because that's an educational question, but what I can say is that the data that you speak of will be taken into account as part of the detailed design. So we will support the school in working through their travel plan and ensure that whatever the demand is, whether that is 200 students or less or more, we will work with them to provide the appropriate solution that mitigates that.
So you say you can't speak. Did I understand there's somebody from education here who could perhaps shed some more light on that regarding funding and management and how they would help the school do this? Because what we're talking about is an awfully big amount of work that the school would have to provide, and I can't see the school having resources in either funding or people to manage this. Thank you.
Yes, we're working with the school to find a range of methods for transport to school. The school travel plans would be the responsibility of the school, and it would be something that would be drawn up, as has already been said, with transport colleagues as well. And yes, the affordability would fall to the school. So it is a matter of funding for the school, but also part of the consideration for moving the school as a whole.
So then I would say that we all know how short schools are for funding. Yes.
Mrs. Senzia, thank you. You've had a number of supplementary questions. Thank you.